Snow fell softly. Christ and Zoe peered out the window. The Christmas tree twinkled inside. The scent of gingerbread filled the air. Excitement buzzed within them. Christmas Eve had arrived.
Do you think Santa will come this year, Christ?
Of course he will. Why wouldn't he?
Zoe shrugged, a hint of mischief in her eyes.
Just wondering.
Later that night, a strange thing happened. The house was quiet, with only the soft hum of the heater and the occasional creak of the wooden floorboards breaking the silence. The air was filled with the scent of pine and cinnamon, remnants of the evening's festivities. As Christ and Zoe were hanging their stockings on the fireplace, a bright light filled the room. They had just finished placing the last ornament on the tree and were admiring their handiwork when the unexpected happened. It pulsed from the star atop their Christmas tree. The light was so intense that it cast long shadows on the walls, making the room look almost magical. The light swirled and danced. It moved with a rhythm, almost as if it were alive, creating intricate patterns that mesmerized the children. It formed a shimmering image above the fireplace. The image flickered and wavered, as if it were trying to communicate something important. The image was faint at first, then grew clearer. Slowly, the outline of a star began to take shape, its edges glowing with a soft, golden light. It was a majestic, twinkling star. Its light was pure and radiant, filling the room with a sense of wonder and awe. But this star looked sad and worried. Its twinkle seemed to dim slightly, as if it were burdened by a heavy heart.
The Christmas star! Zoe exclaimed, her eyes wide with amazement. She had always believed in the magic of Christmas, but this was beyond anything she had ever imagined.
Christ, though initially skeptical, felt a shiver run down his spine. He had always been the more practical one, but even he couldn't deny the strange feeling that something extraordinary was happening. This was no ordinary Christmas Eve. The room, once filled with the simple joys of the holiday season, now felt charged with a mysterious energy. The children stood in silence, their eyes fixed on the star, waiting for whatever message it had to reveal. Suddenly the fireplace rumbled. Soot rained down. Out of the fireplace tumbled a figure clad in red. It was Santa Claus. But he wasn't his usual jolly self. He looked worried.
Ho, ho, ho! I need your help. The Christmas star is fading. Without its light, Christmas spirit will vanish. Presents won't be delivered. The world will be a much less merry place.
Christ and Zoe exchanged a look. This was serious.
We'll help you, Santa.
Thank you. We must hurry. There's no time to lose.
Santa led them outside. The air was crisp and cold, the snow crunching under their boots as they followed him. The night sky was clear, with stars twinkling like tiny diamonds scattered across a velvet canvas. The moon cast a silvery glow on the landscape, making everything look magical and serene. Santa's red suit stood out vividly against the white snow, a beacon of warmth and cheer in the frosty night. They could see their breath forming little clouds in the air as they walked, adding to the sense of wonder and anticipation. A sled pulled by 8 tiny reindeer, no bigger than dogs, awaited them. These weren't just any reindeer, they had a sparkle in their eyes and a spring in their step, as if they were filled with the very essence of Christmas magic. Their tiny hooves made almost no sound on the snow, and their little antlers glistened with frost. The sled itself was beautifully crafted, with intricate carvings and a plush red velvet seat. It looked like something out of a fairy tale, perfectly suited for the magical journey ahead.
This is the only way. The Christmas star's magic shrinks things. As they climbed into the sled, they felt a tingling sensation, like tiny sparks dancing on their skin. The world around them seemed to grow larger, or perhaps they were getting smaller. It was a strange and exhilarating feeling, as if they were being transported to a different realm where the ordinary rules of size and space didn't apply. The reindeer, now appearing even more magical, pawed the ground eagerly, ready to take flight.
They soared into the night sky. The sled lifted off the ground smoothly, as if it were as light as a feather. The reindeer moved in perfect harmony, their tiny bodies glowing with a soft, ethereal light. Below them, the snowy landscape stretched out like a vast white blanket, dotted with the occasional twinkling light from a distant village. The sensation of flying was both thrilling and peaceful, a perfect blend of excitement and tranquility. The stars seemed closer now, almost within reach, and the moonlight bathed everything in a gentle, silvery glow. The wind whipped past them. It was a brisk, invigorating wind that carried with it the scent of pine and the promise of adventure. It played with their hair and tugged at their clothes, making them feel alive and exhilarated. The sound of the wind was like a symphony, a beautiful, haunting melody that added to the magic of the moment. They felt as if they were part of the wind, moving effortlessly through the night, free and unbound. Below, the world shrank until it looked like a toy village. Tiny houses with snow-covered roofs, miniature trees, and little streets all looked like they belonged in a Christmas diorama. It was a charming and enchanting sight, a perfect representation of the magic and wonder of the season. The village lights twinkled like stars, and the whole scene had a warm, inviting glow. It was as if they were flying over a world where everything was perfect and filled with joy. They flew over mountains that glittered like diamonds. The peaks were covered in snow that sparkled in the moonlight, creating a breathtakingly beautiful landscape. The mountains stood tall and majestic, their silent grandeur adding to the sense of awe and wonder. It was a scene of pure, untouched beauty, a reminder of the magic that exists in the natural world. The sight of the glittering mountains filled them with a sense of peace and tranquility, as if they were witnessing something truly extraordinary, and forests that shimmered like emeralds. The trees were a deep, rich green, their leaves glistening with a magical light. It was as if the forest itself was alive with Christmas magic, each tree a beacon of hope and joy. The sight of the shimmering forest was mesmerizing, a beautiful contrast to the snowy mountains they had just flown over. It was a reminder of the diversity and beauty of the world, and the magic that can be found in even the most unexpected places. Finally, they landed in a hidden valley, bathed in an ethereal glow. The valley was like a secret, magical world, hidden away from the rest of the world. The soft light gave everything a dreamlike quality, making it feel as if they had stepped into a fairy tale. The air was filled with the scent of pine and the sound of a gentle breeze rustling through the trees. It was a place of peace and serenity, a perfect ending to their magical journey.
The Crystal Cave, the source of the Christmas star's power. The cave was filled with glowing crystals that cast a soft, magical light. It was a place of incredible beauty and wonder, a fitting home for the source of the Christmas star's magic. The crystals seemed to hum with energy, their light pulsing gently like a heartbeat. It was a place of pure magic, a reminder of the power and beauty of the Christmas season.
Inside the cave, thousands of crystals sparkled, reflecting the light in a dazzling display. In the center stood a majestic ice sculpture of a polar bear. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light.
The guardian of the star,
Santa whispered.
He tests those who seek the star's power.
The bear's icy breath swirled around them.
Only those pure of heart may pass. Solve my riddle and you may proceed. Fail and be trapped forever.
The guardian roared, I'm always coming but never arrive. I'm always near but never here. What am I?
Santa scratched his beard, perplexed.
Christ racked his brain, but the answer eluded him.
Zoe, however, stepped forward. The answer is tomorrow, she said confidently. Tomorrow is always coming but never arrives. It's always near but never here.
The guardian's icy exterior seemed to crack slightly. He chuckled, a deep rumble that shook the cave.
Very good, he boomed. You have passed the test.
The guardian stepped aside, revealing a passage behind him. It led to a chamber bathed in a warm golden light. In the center, floating above a pedestal, was the Christmas star. It was dimmer than before, its light flickering weakly.
The star is losing its power, Santa said gravely. We need to restore its energy.
He pulled out a small, ornate box. Inside lay a single, perfect snowflake.
This snowflake is filled with the Christmas spirit of every child in the world.
Santa carefully placed the snowflake on the pedestal beneath the star. This was no ordinary snowflake. It was imbued with the essence of Christmas magic, a symbol of hope and renewal. Santa's hands trembled slightly as he positioned it just right, knowing the importance of this moment. The pedestal itself was ancient, carved with intricate designs that told the story of Christmas's past. As the snowflake settled into place, a soft glow began to emanate from it, filling the room with a warm, golden light. The snowflake melted and a surge of energy pulsed through the chamber. This energy was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. It was pure, radiant, and filled with the spirit of Christmas. The walls of the chamber, adorned with festive decorations and ancient runes, seemed to come alive as the energy flowed through them. The air was filled with the scent of pine and cinnamon, and a soft, melodious hum could be heard, as if the very essence of Christmas was singing a song of joy and renewal. The Christmas star blazed back to life, brighter than ever before. Its light was so intense that it seemed to banish the darkness from every corner of the world. People everywhere looked up in awe, their hearts filled with wonder and joy. The star's light was a beacon, guiding lost souls back to the warmth and love of the holiday season. It was a reminder that no matter how dark the times may seem, the light of Christmas would always shine through, bringing hope and joy to all.
The Guardian smiled. "You have saved Christmas," he said. His voice was filled with gratitude and pride. The Guardian, an ancient and wise figure, had seen many Christmases come and go, but this one was special. He knew that the actions of Santa and his companions had not only saved the holiday, but had also rekindled the spirit of Christmas in the hearts of people everywhere. His smile was one of deep satisfaction, knowing that the magic of Christmas would continue to thrive for generations to come. "The world will be a more joyful place, thanks to you." Across the globe, people began to feel the change. Families gathered together, sharing laughter and love. Strangers became friends, and communities came together to celebrate the joy of the season. The air was filled with the sounds of carols and laughter, and the streets were adorned with twinkling lights and festive decorations. It was as if the very essence of Christmas had been reignited, bringing warmth and joy to every corner of the world.
Santa, Christ, and Zoe returned to the sled, their hearts filled with joy. They had accomplished something truly remarkable, and the sense of fulfillment was overwhelming. As they climbed onto the sled, they could feel the magic of Christmas all around them. The sled itself seemed to glow with a soft golden light, and the reindeer were eager to take to the skies. With a joyful shout, Santa urged the reindeer forward, and they soared into the night, leaving a trail of sparkling stardust in their wake. As they soared through the night sky, they could see the Christmas star shining brightly above, its light a beacon of hope and joy. The world below was transformed, bathed in the star's radiant glow. From high above, they could see families gathered around Christmas trees, children laughing and playing, and communities coming together in celebration. It was a sight that filled their hearts with warmth and happiness, knowing that the spirit of Christmas was alive and well. The journey had been long and challenging, but the reward was beyond measure. They knew that as long as the Christmas star shone, the magic of the season would never fade. Back home, tucked in their beds, Christ and Zoe couldn't stop smiling. They had saved Christmas. As they drifted off to sleep, they knew that the magic of Christmas wasn't just about presents, it was about love, kindness, and the power of believing in something bigger than yourself. And even though they couldn't explain it, they knew in their hearts that they would never forget their magical adventure with Santa and the Christmas